Previously on ATV 24/7.
Ever since we've been coming to Sunset Ridge, the track has developed a mystique of allowing, if I can put it that way, pros that have never been to the podium to get on the podium.
If you come in here and you've got the right mindset, you've got the right attitude, and Sunset likes you, there's a good chance you're going to do well. If you come in here and maybe you don't have a good attitude, maybe you don't like Sunset, well, Sunset's going to bite you.
A year ago, we left from here and we just had a rough weekend. I just got too excited and just went for it, and it wasn't the right time. And this year is actually the right timing, and I just had to be patient and ride my own race, and it came together just awesome.
You're awesome, buddy. Awesome job.
As of now, I feel like I'm in. I have the speed, I have everything, I have the stamina. Just gotta get my thumb working.
I mean, it's going back and forth, and we just gotta keep plugging away, and whoever is more resilient and stronger is going to come away with the championship.
This week we're at the Spring Creek Motocross Park in Millville, Minnesota for round number 7 of the AMA ATV National Motocross Championship.
And what we've got is a Can-Am runaway. Can-Am has got number 1, number 2, of course, Natalie is running second now. He wants to catch up with Chad.
What it has boiled down to basically is a two-man battle at this point. John Natalie and Chad Wienen are basically in a dogfight for the championship.
At the end of the day, we're still a team, but when you're fighting for a championship like that, we definitely don't share information.
It's tense, but it's a racing tense at the end of the day. But we all know what we're racing for. We're racing for one goal.
We got a couple of things up our sleeve that they haven't picked up yet, but we'll see how smart they are.
Whenever you compare John Natalie and Chad Wienen, it's almost like comparing apples to oranges. The luxuries are so much different for those two riders. John, a little older, a little more mature. He's got a lot of things that he's got to focus on, and not only a wife and family, but a wife that actually races. John is doing double duty throughout the course of the weekend. Not only is he trying to focus on winning a championship, but he's also trying to focus on helping his wife win her first championship in the women's class.
A lot of work to keep her bike going and keep her going out there. It's usually our motos are close together, so I got to go back and bust my butt and make sure her bike's ready to go. I just got to make sure the bike's clean and washed and ready to go. Got to keep the tires on it, changed, and change the oil. And
then he's her riding coach too. He's got to go out there and hey, I seen this, and she does it back to him. Hey, I seen this, and they go back and forth with lines to each other. And
come on! What are you doing? Jump that thing. She can make the war a lot easier for me if she. I don't care if she loses. I hate it when she doesn't ride. There's a big difference if she's not riding.
The only person that I think right now that can lose the championship for John Natalie is John Natalie if he loses his focus.
Whereas Chad eats, sleeps, and drinks racing. He has nothing else on his mind except this championship.
I don't think there's any question of how bad he wants it. It's just we gotta continually stay first or second, and definitely gotta shine on your bad days.
I don't really think that Chad is worried about anything right now except himself.
You don't take for granted what you got, and any given Saturday with us, anything can happen.
Chad is so very focused when he comes to the races. I mean, his life is all about training.
The goal this weekend's good starts, and you start out front. I feel that we can end out front.
He is building himself up, psyching himself up, and he is in his own little world because he wants to be king of that little world, and he wants to take his kingdom out onto the racetrack.
Chad has never been this close to a championship, and maybe a rookie or two will come in and throw a wrench in his plans. All you hear now is Joel Hedrick, Joel Hedrick, Joel Hedrick. Why is that? The reason being is because Joel got his first pro podium, which is a milestone in a young rookie pro's career.
He's real confident. Ever since Walnut, he's been kind of on a little high, and we're all right. We're in the top 10 in points. Our goals have been met. We hit the podium. So right now, that's what we're trying to do, is just keep it together. Let's get a good, strong finish, you know, for the rest of the season here. That's what we want. That's what our attack mode is right now. We're just trying to, you know, let's smooth this out a little bit, you know.
I got third fastest lap time, so get a good hole shot and just run top 5. That's all I want.
He knows he can get on the podium. If he can get on the podium, his next step is winning a moto. And on top of that, winning the weekend.
Next on ATV 24/7, we follow one rider as he traveled over 4,000 miles to line up against America's best. ATV 24/7 is brought to you by Can-Am ATVs. The ride says it all.
Riders expect certain things from a Can-Am ATV. Groundbreaking technology, responsive handling, and the most power in every class. So why would they expect anything less from a Can-Am side-by-side? Introducing the Can-Am Commander, the most powerful rec utility side-by-side in the industry, with precision handling and the first dual-level cargo box. The facts say it's the most advanced side-by-side ever built, but the ride says it all.
You know, we often talk about the pros and the dedication that a pro racer has to ATV racing, but as dedicated as the pros are, I almost have to think that maybe amateurs might be a little more dedicated.
The word dedication can best be seen through the eyes of British rider Liam Cater.
My name's Liam Cater. I'm from England. I'm actually from the southwest of England. A place called Somerset is the county that I live in. I haven't been homesick at all. Like, everybody seems great around here, real friendly. On the track, they're more kind of brutal than maybe some of the people I'd ride with back home, especially first turn stuff. And in Europe and at home, I was in the pro class. Here I'm in A classes, maybe just trying to get into Pro-Am. I've come here to extend my racing, to get better. To get here, I had to sell my whole setup and pretty much anything I had of any value at home.
And when a person is willing to basically sell everything they have, move halfway across the world just to go after a dream as an amateur American motocrosser, you know that it's got to be something pretty special in his heart to him.
I always knew I wanted to do it. I've wanted to do it for maybe 10 years now, ever since I started to race. In my eyes, it's worth it whilst I'm young and things. At the start of the season, I had a guy from England come out with me, but as time's gone on this season, like costs have mounted up. In order to save money, he's had to go home. So,
reason being, they spend a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort, and really don't reap a lot of monetary rewards from it. It's all basically a ride for pride for these guys.
It gives me a sense of satisfaction when I do well, because I know every single thing is done by myself. I'm hoping to better myself again. I'm currently 4th in the championship, only by a few points, and my goal this year is to at least finish top 3 in order to obtain some good sponsors for next year. If I can go home and earn enough money to come out here again, I will. It's my life. Everything I do revolves around it, and without it, I'd be lost.
When we return, the pros ready themselves to do battle in the first moto of the weekend. Does veteran rider John Natalie have what it takes to win Spring Creek? Stay tuned. ATV 24/7 is brought to you by Amsoil, the first in synthetics. Any engine. Any season. At home. At the track. or on the trail. Amsoil, the first in synthetics. ATV 24/7 is brought to you by ITP Tires and Wheels, featuring advanced traction technology. As the pros prepare for the first moto of the weekend, veteran rider John Natalie switches gears from racer to team manager for his wife, Michelle Natalie.
Perfect. Coming up by the mechanics area there, why are you letting off the gas? Like you're like coasting up the hill. And then once you get around that turn, you go down that straightaway, what's what? What's there? Yeah, I gotta leave it. I gotta leave by 12:30.
Why can't I see out these?
Well, my goggles are good luck.
No, they're probably all sweaty and stanky. No.
Do you listen to John? Do you follow his advice?
He tells me to go left, I go right.
Where you headed? You gonna go work on Mom's bike? Hey! It's a lot of work trying to keep it all together. There it is! Trying to keep Michelle's bike going. And there it is! Get it! Keep the baby going, and you know, I don't have to do a lot because, you know, Can-Am and my mechanic Casey does all my work on that end, but I just got to stay focused on everything. What's up, guys?
Good morning. It don't get better than this, it's race time!
Round 7. 17 riders pull up to the line to battle in their first race of the day. Each round is made up of 2 motos. The rider with the highest combined score will win the weekend at Spring Creek MX. Right out of the gate, pro rookie Joel Hetrick grabs the hole shot and takes the early lead, followed by Natalie in second and Josh Upperman in third. Natalie closes in on Hetrick's lead. Weenan advances into 5th place. Natalie hits a bad line, forcing him to lose ground on Hetrick. Weenan, now in 4th, pressures Upperman. Natalie closes the gap on Hetrick. Weenan takes the inside line and passes Upperman for 3rd. Natalie moves alongside Hetrick, passes the rookie for the lead. Meanwhile, Weenan begins his charge toward the front of the pack. Passes Hetrick for 2nd. Natalie stays out front while Weenan closes in. The 2 Can-Am riders battle for the top spot. 1 lap to go. Natalie and Weenan battle through each turn for a chance at victory. John Natalie takes the win, followed by Wienen in second, and rookie pro Joel Hetrick in third.
Man, I gotta say, awesome, dude. I mean to tell you, you got.
Yeah, you know, I haven't really been able to train in any heat, you know, and coming here and hitting this heat really takes a lot out of you, and just saved everything I had for the last 2 laps and tried to just pick it up, you know, and see what happened.
We didn't get the greatest of jumps off the line. I don't know, no excuses. We didn't get that great of a start. Was working on John, and you know, we'll wear John out the first moto and then go hand it to him the second.
Next on ATV 24/7, the pros line up for the last moto of the weekend. Can veteran rider John Natalie step up to seize another victory? Or does Chad Wienen have other plans? We'll find out. ATV 24/7 is brought to you by American Suzuki Motorcycles and ATVs.
Only one tire brand that lay claim to winning more ATV podiums than any other tire company out there. ITP. From the Quad Cross MX tire, designed for hard-packed tracks, to the Quad Cross XC, ITP's new cross-country racing tire. ITP sets the standard for high-performance ATV tires. And we've got the podium wins to prove it. Order your free ITP catalog today by calling 1-800-495-4080 or visit us on the web at itptires.com.
Current GNCC champion Josh Strang has one thing on his mind: winning. To get him over the finish line first, Josh uses the Suzuki RMZ 450, a precision machine designed to leave the competition in the dust. With its potent fuel-injected 4-stroke engine and race-developed chassis, the RMZ 450 is the complete package that wins championships and collects #1 plates. The RMZ 450, it's why champions choose Suzuki. They win. Head down to your local Suzuki dealer today and see one in person.
ATV 24/7 is brought to you by DWT Racing. Performance, protection, perfection. Moto 2, the last pro race of the weekend. One last shot at podium glory. For number 13, John Natalie, another win will secure him an overall win at Spring Creek Motocross. For number 44, Chad Wienen, a win here will help the current points leader keep his lead against teammate Natalie for the overall championship. And for rookie pro Joel Hetrick, a 3rd place or better will guarantee him a spot in the box for the overall weekend. Right out of the gate, Joel Hetrick grabs another hole shot, but is quickly replaced by Chad Wienen for the lead. Wienen immediately starts to distance himself from the pack, followed by Hetrick in second and Josh Upperman in third. As Wienen and Hetrick begin to check out, a battle for 3rd place begins to heat up between Upperman, Thomas Brown, and veteran rider John Natalie. Natalie challenges Brown for 4th. Wienen continues his epic lead with Hetrick in the far distance. Natalie jumps into 3rd place and moves past Hetrick for 2nd. Suddenly, mechanical issues plague Hetrick, forcing the rookie out of the race. Meanwhile, Wienen continues leading the pack. Two laps to go. Natalie falls back behind Brown for 3rd. Natalie inches closer to Brown for second. One lap to go. Still up front, Wienen moves ahead and takes the checkered flag and begins his early victory celebration. Back on the track, Natalie and Brown continue to battle for second. Natalie passes Brown and takes second place, followed by Thomas Brown in third. As the weekend points are added up, current points leader Chad Wienen takes the overall win at Spring Creek Motocross, followed by John Natalie in second and Jeremy Lawson in third.
Well, I mean, when we came out first moto, we had a decent start. We just got a little pushed out, but I tracked down John towards about midway through the moto, and he held his own, and he rode smart. And I ended up having to settle for second, and then it just kind of really fired me up because I knew that I was faster, and I nailed my start. I came out second or third, I believe, and it's always good when you can save your bike and just ride smooth and finish out your day.
Well, on a track like this here at Millville, it's really rough out there. Halfway, maybe 10, 12 minutes through the moto, and I come around and I make a mistake like that, it's really, really hard for me to get back into this thing because it's just, you're already tired and mentally it's defeating, and then to try to catch back up. It's one of them things where you almost want to quit and just say, hey, we'll settle for third, but in my mind I was thinking I can't settle for third, I got to get back up there and get those championship points. I have to get that second place.
First moto, pulled the whole shot, felt great, just was running real good. My confidence is good. I mean, pulling the whole shots is the best thing I can do to get out front.
I mean, it's far from over. We got a month break, and I got to be dedicated to my training and keep doing what I'm doing. And also, you got to keep it fun and just, not overwork yourself and put yourself into a hole.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm getting the whole shot, it's easier. I mean, just like last year in Pro-Am, pull a whole shot and you can leave them.
No, nobody has it wrapped up until the very last race or until you have enough points to where you can't lose it, on the last race.
Who knows, next round it could be 3 other guys up on the podium. You don't really think about the points chase because you start thinking about it now, like, I got a 10-point lead. I don't need to be going out and racing and trying to protect it. I need to be out there and try and extend it and race like you got, race to win, but don't go out and race not to lose. And that's what you need to do.
We've had ups and downs this year already. Chad's had some, I've had some. I was up 17 points, and all of a sudden we had some bad luck and I was down 4. And at the last track, he had bad luck, I had bad luck, and I'm down 10. So we come into this track and I win a moto, he wins a moto, we're leaving here 10, I'm down 10. So, basically going to the next race is just like coming to this one, and I got to go there and win both motos and put a little bit of a damper on his championship hopes.
On the next ATV 24/7, with only 4 rounds to go, the pros invade upstate New York for the most shocking upset of the season. All this and more on the next ATV 24/7.
Cast, beadlocked, or spun, the DWT brand has always stood for one thing: perfection. And now DWT means wheels and tires, including the new Moapa utility tires designed for work and play. Then check out DWT's awesome new Sector 3-piece wheel. Dent a rim? Just replace the outer wheel. Plus our full line of competition tires and wheels boxed to match how you race. DWT wheels and tires. Performance, protection, perfection.